All right, welcome everyone. So today we are going to talk about the most important algorithm, that is backpropagation algorithm. Now, what is backpropagation? As you can see, the network here, the neural network, and it consists of input layer, a hidden layer, and output layer. Now, the most important is the hidden layer since feature extraction takes place here and adjustments are made to train faster and function better, right? Each layer consists of neurons. Okay, so now why do we need backpropagation? So if I have to design a neural network like this, then I have to initialize weights with random values. So there is a least probability that the values I have assigned leads to a result I need. So we need to change these parameters and make the error minimum. Now, how are we going to do that? Yes, so here comes the gradient descent. Now, this method is used to update the weights by reducing the error function. That is, basically difference of this function and the slope that is given will give you the direction of whether you have to move upwards or downwards to reduce an error. Alright, hence gradient descent basically helps us to update the weight while also maintaining a minimum loss. Now, going forward, how does neural network training happen actually? All right. So, first, I will start with forward propagation. So, I1, I2, and I3 are the inputs, and they are getting passed to my hidden neuron. All right. So, I'm just considering one hidden neuron here to show an example. So, after the input features go, these two steps happen. That is, where we multiply the input features with the weight and summation of these plus a bias, and an activation function will also be there, and which will give us the output. As you can see here, the formula is written for that, that is y equal to I1 W1, that is the first input into the first weight, plus I2 W2 and I3 W3. Now all these plus the bias will give, and an activation function will give you the output, right? So the activation function for backpropagation, we are taking it as a sigmoid wave. So here activation function is basically something that decides whether a neuron should be fired or not. All right. So here it is a sigmoid, as I said, which for which the transform value will be between 0 to 1. Okay. Now after it get passed to the output layer, we get y dash, that is mentioned here. Here y dash equal to 0. All right. So we get y dash, which is the predicted output. Now I already know that in my training data set, the output for this is 1. That is y equal to 1. I already know that since this is a supervised learning, as I said. So we know the result. Right. So now we need to do why now we need to compare both our y dash and y. All right, which is the actual answer, and which is the actual answer by a loss function. So the loss function, as you can see, is y minus y dash the whole square. All right. Okay, so that is a formula for loss function. Now, after calculation of that, you can see that loss value is 1, right? So, because 1 minus 0, the whole square is 1. So, we have to go back and adjust the weights here, that is W1, W2, and W3, in such a way that for this model, my predicted output should be 1. So for that, we define loss function, and it should be reduced such that y dash equal to y. All right. So, meaning we have to update the weight in such a way that the loss value should also be minimum. So, this can be done by using an optimizer, like as I explained, gradient descent, can be even stochastic gradient descent, and there are many more. Okay. So, now in order to reduce the loss value, we need to back propagate. So, that is, we have to update these weights, these weights. All right, and this again. So first we have to do for W4. Okay, so now if suppose W4 new is getting calculated, so we use this formula, that is W new equal to W4 old minus eta minus small n into dou by dou into derivative of loss upon W4. Okay, so here eta is the learning rate and it should always be very small. Here we are taking 0.001 and L is the loss and W4 is our weight between before the output, predicted output. All right. So this is the formula which we'll use, and as I said, learning rate should be very, very small. And similarly, we need to do the same with W3, W2 and W1. Here in case of W3, it will be W3 new equal to W3 minus eta into DL by into dou L by dou W3, right? All right. So once we get the updated value, the front propagation will go ahead again. So this process will continue for several epochs until and unless y dash and y have the same value. So this is how we do a back propagation algorithm. All right. So that is all from my side. Thank you, everyone.